So what's good, Straw Gang, and welcome back to another Warzone. I was gonna say a Warzone video. Welcome to another video on the channel, man, and as you guys can tell by the title and thumbnail, I'm actually going to be doing a step-by-step tutorial or showcase of how I make my thumbnails, because I've always made my own thumbnails. I've gotten quite a lot of compliments, basically when I first started uploading Warzone content till now, about how nice my thumbnails look and everything like that, and especially over the last couple weeks, because I've been trying quite hard to, adapt to this new style of thumbnail that I have and just make it look as good as I possibly can make it. And that's basically what I'm going to be showing you in this video, is how I make my thumbnails. So for the first step of this, and the most important part of these thumbnails, is you're going to have to go onto the map that you make content for. So if it's Rebirth, Verdansk, and what you're going to want to do, or actually, it depends on what gun it is as well. It's a little bit of a process. So if you're making a video with a Modern Warfare gun, you can do this in Modern Warfare multiplayer if you have it. But if you don't have it, well, then that kind of sucks. You're going to have to go to a point that basically pulls the gun to like the right side, I guess you could say. Like, how is it? Oh, is it here? Okay. No. So see how it pulls my MP5 to the right side? Basically what you want to do, go into OBS, customize a keybind so you screenshot the weapon with whatever it is. So for me it's N, so I'll use one hand to do this and then just spam screenshots. Jump, oh shit, hold on. Jump, spam screenshots. And then if we back out, you go into OBS, you go File, Settings, you go Hotkeys, and for me I have it on End, that's what I use, but you can do whatever you want. Find a location where you can jump, or like in Mantle I should say, and it kind of like triggers the animation basically, and you will get screenshots. You get screenshots that look like this. Okay, so see? Perfect! This is perfect. Oh my god, that even looks better than the one I used. So now we're in Photoshop, and this is where the magic begins. So I'm going to create a new document, 1920 by 1080, get rid of the background layer. I'm going to go in, grab this really good screenshot, by the way. I'm just like kind of taken away by how good this actually, like, it's so perfect. So basically, you're gonna have to cut the gun out. That's the part that anyone who makes thumbnails hates the most, okay? You're gonna have to use the pen tool, which is, you press P for the pen tool, and you literally just have to cut the gun out. It's like the most time-consuming thing. Oh, also, I forgot to mention, not the most important thing, doesn't matter too much, but if you want your thumbnails to look, or your weapons to look really, really good, what you need to do is put your render resolution on 200 and bump like a couple settings up to ultra, so your gun just looks phenomenal, like really high quality, really detailed, so it's just, yeah, the best it can be. But for this, I'm not going to go back into it. Like, for the video's sake, I'm not going to go back and do it, because sometimes I even forget to do it for my thumbnails and you don't really notice it. Like with the Lapper one here, this was normal settings. This was not settings bumped up to ultra and stuff. So I'm just going to cut this out and fast forward it so you don't obviously have to watch all of this. Alright, so there we go. For this specifically, I didn't make it the absolute best I possibly could, just for the sake of the video. Like, there were certain corners and certain things that I could have done a little bit better, but I just want to get it over and done with. So what I did there was basically just press Ctrl J, and it takes the selection and makes it in its own layer. So here we go, we have the gun cut out. Now you absolutely have to get, these certain sky that shows through, or the certain attachments the sky shows through. Whatever, I don't know, dude. Just get rid of these little pieces of sky that pop through. So now we have the gun. From here, I open up one of my previous thumbnails. So I'll go with the Lapper one, for example, because I showed you it. And by the way, I save every single thumbnail PSD. I save every project file for my thumbnails, so I can just go back to the recent one, copy and paste things from it, and use it in the current one I'm doing. The color correction is something you're gonna have to find on your own. I found this in a thumbnail pack that I bought. Actually, what am I doing? So yeah, I got this in a thumbnail pack that I bought years ago, I think, if I remember correctly. You want to go to a site called callofdutymaps.com. Shout out to Harry for showing me this. It's got all of these games, depending on what COD you make videos for, and specifically this is going to be a Rebirth thumbnail. So you go to the Rebirth Island section and look at all of these, bro. Like, this was a godsend, like just heaven when I saw this. Unfortunately, these are not the updated Rebirth with the nice sky, but I got a little trick that I found myself that I didn't see on YouTube or anywhere else that makes these look really good. I think I've seen this one in quite a few thumbnails, so we'll use this and then chuck it here. So as you can see, it's very yellow, doesn't look that good. So basically, what you want to do is go to image, go to auto tone, and look what that does. Look at the difference. All right, so next we're going to add like a nice, well, first of all, actually, we want to get rid of these things. So what I do is press L for the lasso tool, and I cut around whatever I want to remove, go to content aware, and it'll basically like give you this orange selection, and you can choose what you want it to try and mask with the selection here. So it kind of didn't work here. It's a very small detail in the thumbnail. It honestly doesn't matter. We'll go to the spot healing brush and just boom. Boom. You can do that for some things, but others you can't get away with. You have to play around with it, you know, it's kind of really all it is. Just playing around with it, finding out what works for you, using certain tools and stuff, you know, is what it is. Sometimes you can select a lot of things, other times you have to do it separately, but you wouldn't notice that at a glance, you know. If you just kind of see the thumbnail in search or see me tweet it or something, you ain't gonna be like, wait, hold on. Something ain't right. So next I'm gonna add like a little nice glow to it. It just adds, it just looks good, okay? Light brush around here and it just adds something to it, you know. It all adds up in the end. Done, all right? So it's basically how it looks with and without. Next up, we're gonna go to the radial blur, go zoom, go best, and it gives it that effect. I'm gonna do the glows, so we'll go screen 40, then I'm gonna choose an orange. Now this isn't the most bright, colorful, nice looking diamond, but I have made this look good before. This didn't look very nice either, but as you can see, I made it look good. So you add these brushes or these like little glows wherever you want them to obviously be, and then you make another layer, like copy and paste the layer, or Control J will take whatever you have and duplicate it, basically. I'll say what I'm doing anyway, so if you can't see, you know. And then, no. Okay, wait, hold on. That's not supposed to do that. 1 second. There you go, okay. That's basically what it would look like on the Krieg as well. Now, of course, you can tweak and change things, use different layers to make certain parts look different, right? So the orange on this, I'd probably change it and make it a bit of a brighter orange to kind of match the gold camo. For the sake of the video, we're going to continue. So that's the glow section of it. Next up, we're going to make the gun blur and blend in with the background. So you could leave it at this. This could be your thumbnail. And maybe you add a kill counter, some text maybe. But this could be a thumbnail, but I'm not leaving it at this. Hell fucking no. So right click, go convert smart object, and that allows you to edit things if you make a mistake instead of having to Control Z. So we do the same thing with the background, go radial blur. So as you can see, this is what it makes the gun look like. Then you click on the white layer here, or the white thingy, I don't know what you call it, get white as well, and erase the blur out, right? Then you go get black again, go to the brush tool, go to the eraser tool, click on the parts where you want the blur to show. Now if you click the whole part of the gun, it makes a lot of blur. But then if you just kind of go to the edge and do just a little bit here and there, as you can see, it's not as intense, right? It just makes it look nice. This, bing, 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 bing. And then next up, I gotta add a drop shadow. Holy, hold on. Why do they look like that? Oh crap, hold on, sorry. You can't see my numbers and stuff. So there you go. That's a drop shadow I use, 755027. And that's kind of basically the thumbnail there. Other things I got from a thumbnail pack that I bought are these particles. So you've got these nice particles here, chuck them in the background, and as you can see, they look really nice. I use them in all of my thumbnails because they just look so good. Sometimes I use a rainbow as well. If you want to put a nice white glow and the parts where it's a little bit darker up on the barrel there, and you use the same, like the overlay layer here you use for the glow, just copy and paste it, put it below the gun, erase the glows out that you had, and just, oh actually yeah, so yes, I turned it down. I'm gonna redo that real quick. Makes it look pretty nice, you know, adds a glow to it and everything, makes it pop, stand out a little bit, whatever you fucking want to call it. And this is legit my thumbnail. The next part, you want to go to the very top layer of your project and press Control Alt Shift and E, and basically it takes all your layers and turns it into one. You want to hit Control Shift A, and that takes you into the camera raw filter. Now this is a whole thing on its own that you can learn and go and find out about for yourself. I highly recommend it. This is what a lot of thumbnail designers use to make things look really good. Now, I've made my own, saved my own. This is my friend's one that I've been using. Shout out to Harry. You can see the difference. He sent this to me. I actually don't like that glow. Yeah, like I said, there's some things I don't do it on. That just looks out of place, if I'm being honest. And that looks a lot better, for sure. And that is a thumbnail. Like, I probably am going to get rid of this. I really want to use this for a thumbnail. So I'll get rid of this. Content aware. Oh, and boom, that is such a nice thumbnail. Wow, that's a beautiful looking thumbnail. And that's pretty much the basics of how I make a thumbnail. But this is basically like pretty much the same style and format I've been using, and I hope you enjoyed. I know I'm not very good at doing tutorials and explaining things, but this wasn't supposed to be a crazy in-depth thing. It was really just supposed to be showing the basics of how I make a thumbnail, right? I'm not really here to show every little detail, but I hope you guys enjoyed. I have one more thumbnail tutorial idea that I can do a video on that will be a lot more catered to people who are on any type of platform, even if you're on PS4, PS5. So if you want me to do that video, drop a like, I'd appreciate that. Let me know in the comment section, subscribe as well. I drop gameplays and do all that type of good stuff, dropping high kills on Rebirth, Verdansk, whatever it may be. And that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Have a great day, everybody, and I'm out.